Everybody, welcome to another edition of Fighter Fury. It's Big Shell. I'm with the man, the myth, the phenomenal, marvelous Justin Wong. What's going on, man?
I'm doing pretty good, you know.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. He just happened to fly in town on his G5 plane and just chill out with us. But what games are you playing in the tournament at C-Bar Battles today?
I basically just entered everything except for like Virtual Fighter and Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
I only expect to do well in the Capcom games, like Tekken and Balls Blue and like Melty Blood. I never really touched the games, but I'm just entering it just to like kill some time. Really.
Okay, all right. Let's get to the. There's no need for introduction because everybody in the universe know who you are. So let's talk about Evo. Your match with Van Geef. How did you feel in going in and afterwards?
Well, I know he was always a really good player, and like, you know, simply this is like I just lost and I didn't really have a lot of practice time due to like certain things that I was involved with before Evolution. So it's kind of like in like a 2-month MIA type of status where all I did was nothing but play like WCG games.
Okay, all right. And then you got sent to losers, and then you went against Gamer B. Can you explain that match?
Well, like when I fought him, like I seen some of his matches like throughout the tournament, and it's really good. So I never fought like a really good Adon player as good as him. Mm-hmm. So that I didn't know what to expect. I was just like, all right, the only thing I can do is try to adapt as fast as possible.
Okay. All right, and I know you've seen the virals out there where they had you they said where you were saying how Adon was trash and at PAX East, and then they mixed it with you playing against Gamer B. How do you feel about that?
Well, see, the thing is, at PAX East, it wasn't like the complete version of the game.
Okay.
So certain characters were better than other characters. So at the time, like, he wasn't really that great because like a lot of his special moves were punishable on block. Mm-hmm. But I guess they buffed them up after the actual completion of the game. Because, you know, I was talking to like Seth Killian, he even told me that like Adon was probably one of the worst characters in the game, and I'm like, really? You know, I would think he would be like a pretty decent, solid, like annoying type of character. You know, he has good pokes, and like in every Street Fighter game he ever came out, all his special moves are always safe. But then he told me that it's not safe, so I'm like, oh, that means he's pretty bad. So, but then I guess they fixed it and made him a lot better.
Okay, fair enough. When you what was I gonna say? When you played against Daigo and on I forgot it. I think it was the Fight Club on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. The ending was spectacular, something to say, but a lot of people said it was fixed. What do you say about that?
I don't think you can really fix that. Like, I don't see how you can fix the whole part leading to the ending where like he did an ultra and I perfectly timed the dive kick or the trade. I don't think how that could be fixed or anything.
Right.
Like, it just happened, and that happened to be like probably a really great moment just for the game, especially since it didn't come out yet.
Okay.
So I think because of that, that kind of like boosted up the game's ratings and like all that. Everyone got excited and they wanted to get the game as soon as possible and also play on that competitive level.
Okay. How do you feel about the fighting game community now, as it is right now?
I think it's actually growing a lot bigger because you can tell it's growing bigger because there's a lot of teams now. Like you have like I'm part of Evo Geniuses, so you have like EG Justin, EG Mar, and EG Ricky. Then you have like the FYC crew, like FYC Ryder, and you have like DMG Rico Suave, and then you have like, you know, EMP Sanford Kelly. You have like TS Team Spooky Arturo Sanchez. So because of that, I think it's like evolving into like more of like a break dancing type of cruise. There's a lot of crews out there, you know.
Right.
So then, you know, it's just gonna keep popping out with more crews, and I think from there a lot more sponsors will get involved because it will be like, okay, this is a set of group of players that want to get part, you know, like show their faces a lot to events, and like it just helps gamers and the whole community in general. Because like if you look at FPS, they have like Frag Dolls. They have, I don't know what other teams they have, but they have like BVB Gaming, you know, all those like clans are already there for FPSs, and they got all the sponsors and all the money's in there. Mm-hmm. So since the fighting game is actually going through that route right now, I think it's going to get a lot bigger. There's more events now, like more big major events. More people are actually coming out to play. Like it's not like back in the day where 20-man, 30-man tournament was like a blessing of God.
Okay.
Now it's like over 100 people on almost any event you have. Like minimum you're gonna have is 50. And that's to 50 people is like a major tournament. But now it's like beyond that.
Yeah, it is. What do you think about Capcom coming out, and Capcom and Namco Bandai coming out with Street Fighter Cross Taken, taking Cross Street Fighter?
I think it's actually really good because since like the companies, they know that there is a big strong community in tournaments and in terms of fighting games, and people love them. So I think everyone always wanted like some type of crossover because they already have the Marvel's Capcom. So everyone's like, I wonder what could it. I always want, there's always people saying, no, Tekken's better than Street Fighter, or Street Fighter's better than Tekken. So now, Street Fighter with Capcom and Namco working together, like, okay, where's Tekken?
Okay.
And because of that, you're gonna have bigger tournaments, and also you're gonna have more people playing, and basically you'll know that in the next 2 years, 3 years, the games will still be alive because this game is coming out in 2012.
Okay, all right. With the introduction of Marvel versus Capcom 3, a lot of heard rumors or heard it through the grapevine. A lot of Marvel versus Capcom 2 heads or veterans are not really feeling it. Do you think they will eventually get to it, or?
I personally think the game is actually really fun.
Okay.
Like I played it at Comic-Con, and they had like they added 4 new characters at the time. Now they're adding more characters now. Like so, the build at Evo wasn't really the best build to play because it's still beta.
Okay.
You still have 8 months to work on the game. So obviously, a beta game is never the best thing to judge on. So I personally think that when it actually comes out, they're gonna play it no matter what. Because if the community follows the game, you still have to follow them if you want to be part of the community. Like I guess you could still play Marvel's Capcom 2 on the side for a bit, but Marvel's Capcom 3 is probably gonna take like it to the next level because one, it's on PS3 and Xbox Live. It's not on the Dreamcast anymore.
Okay.
So because of that, the fan base is bigger. It's gonna be 100 times bigger than the Dreamcast hardcore players.
Okay.
Because the hardcore players, maybe like a good 100, 200.
Okay.
But if you're talking about PSN and Xbox Live and Marvel 3, you're probably going to get like at least maybe 100 times the amount of players coming into this. And then they're going to see, oh look, I think I'm pretty good. I got all these points online, let me go to Evolution. So no matter what, Marvel's Capcom 3 will be a successful game.
Okay. All right. How do you feel about the other fighting games that's coming out, like Virtual Fighters, King of Fighters, and Mortal Kombat?
Like I know that UFC is not too strong in terms of Virtual Fighter because it's too like in depth, and like when you want to play fighting games, you kind of want to like play other fighting games at the same time. Like Virtual Fighter is like that type of fighting game where if you want to get really good at it, you can only focus on that one game.
Right.
So I think that's what turns people off about the games. But props to people that actually take the game seriously because it's probably the hardest fighting game to master.
Okay.
King of Fighters 13, I played it in California. I think it's actually a really good game. 100 times better than 12.
Okay.
So they fixed a lot because they kind of brought back like the old school, like maybe 98 type of feeling to King of Fighters 13. So that's really good for all the SNK fans out there because that game will get loved.
Okay.
And Mortal Kombat 9, I'm not too sure about it because ever since Ultimate Mortal Kombat, it kind of like messed up.
Okay.
But I hear that the Mortal Kombat 9 system is basically trying to bring back the old school feeling.
Okay.
So if they successfully do that, the game will be successful.